So, unfortunately, negative shit happens to everyone, and some people can mentally recover pretty quickly, but a lot of people can sometimes take days or years or even decades to mentally get over the struggle they went through. And anxiety plays a big part in that. The constant worry is usually paired with catastrophic thinking, which makes situations feel more overwhelming than they actually are. And one thing that can be super valuable if you tend to fall into the trap of overthinking and having those anxious thoughts is to have a more grounded and realistic mindset. And that's where this hope framework comes in. So this is basically a collection of mindsets that you can use whenever you're feeling overwhelmed or in one of those anxious states. And over time, it basically teaches your brain to think more positively. Okay, so H, hold off making snap judgments. I want you to imagine a detective walking in to a mansion and there's been a murder and all the guests are sitting around a couch. He walks in and points at a lady and says, "Arrest her." All the guests would then be like, "How could you be so quickly to judge? You've not asked any questions yet. Like, how do you know?" And the detective would say, "I'm sure because it looks like she did it and my imagination told me it was her." Life would be a lot more fair if we collected evidence first. Don't let your mind make you believe that you're in immediate danger. Try your best to hold off from making snap judgments that are related or connected to your anxiety. Use the observer position. This is about self-awareness, like giving yourself a breather from your thoughts, right? So taking a step back and basically having this third person perspective of your thoughts. And taking this observer role doesn't mean that you'll never experience anxiety. It will still come up, but there'll be a distance. It's like being inside of a cage with a grizzly bear versus being outside of the cage looking at the grizzly bear, right? The bear is still there, but your ability to control yourself and your emotions has changed completely and you're just in a better mindset. So whenever you can, try to take the observer position when it comes to your unwanted emotions. P, create possibilities. So when you're in an anxious state, your mind can make you believe a lot of unhelpful, just untrue things. There's the whole negativity bias where humans are just wired to focus on the negatives. And so we need to start going out of our way to gather evidence of all the positives. Let's say you're going to a new social event and it's your first time going, and in your mind, you're telling yourself, make a fool of myself, I'll probably come across weird or awkward and everyone will judge me. Instead of that, we could identify some possibilities. You could tell yourself, hold on, people are usually focused on themselves, not me. I've had nice conversations in the past with people, and even if there is an awkward moment, that's normal and it happens to everyone. A lot of anxiety revolves around believing that when something uncomfortable happens, that it will be completely overwhelming. The words "what next" are just non-existent. When you're super anxious about a specific thing, all of your attention will be going towards the moment where you make a mistake or you come across weird. In your mind, that situation becomes almost like an end point, right? You can't think past it. Someone with bad social anxiety, in their mind, all they can think about is all the things that could go wrong. But whether a social situation goes poorly or well, life continues either way, and that's something that's pretty valuable to remember. So part of creating possibilities is understanding that your life will continue after the thing you currently fear. And E, pretty simple one, just enjoy the emotional change that comes from having hope. This hope framework isn't about denying your difficulties or downplaying your current struggles. It's about creating a little bit of space between you and your anxieties so you can have a calmer perspective. So instead of thinking and believing that the worst case is going to happen, pause and gather some evidence first. Instead of getting lost in overthinking and identifying with every single negative emotion, take a step back and almost watch your emotions as if you were watching a movie in the cinema. And instead of limiting yourself to the few negatives that could happen, get into the habit of reminding yourself of all the positive possibilities that could happen. And this takes time, right? This hope framework isn't something that you can just learn about and start doing instantly, right? Something like taking the observer role, that can take a while to really master. Just start small, start practicing a few of these things, and by doing this, you're essentially teaching yourself that you can handle whatever comes up.